Hey, what's up guys? Elliott Hulse here, and the very first thing I want to do is thank you for all of your kind words and supports related to the very first video in this three-part series. Now, in this video, I'm going to pull back the curtain and I'm going to give you an inside look as to how I built my business on a business principle level, what I describe as the non-job ladder. So those of you who have been following me long enough, you've probably heard me use the term non-job before. And a non-job is simply your ability to earn a living doing work you love. I am convinced that we live in revolutionary times. And in this day and age, we are called to develop our talents and our faculties in such a way that we can share them as gifts with the world in order to get a fair compensation back in return. So in a moment, this is going to cut to another video. And in that video, I'm going to show you the very model that I used to build Strength Camp and the very model that I used to coach and to share and to support other non-jobbers in building their businesses too. Welcome back, non-job revolutionaries, to this module in your non-job mastery course, all about building your non-job ladder. The non-job ladder really has been a business model for me. And those of you who have been dabbling with your non-job and are not making any money or making very little money right now, you've got to understand that if you are not building a model similar to what I'm going to share with you today, your non-job isn't really a non-job. If you're not getting paid, you are just playing. Non-job is about getting paid to play, taking your passion and turning it into profits. One of the biggest problems I see a lot of people out there have when starting their non-jobs is that they know what they love, they just don't know how to make money from it. That's why this video and this module is super important for you. So briefly, in this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about each one of these ladders, rungs within a ladder, and I'm also going to talk about the significance and importance of each one in depth in subsequent videos. Briefly, just so you get an idea of what this depiction is all about here, if you notice there is a ladder, and I'm going to fill these in as we go along, and like I said, I'm going to go deeper in subsequent videos. All you really need to know right now is how to decipher the imagery that I'm sharing with you. If you notice down at the bottom, there is a single smiley face right next to a $0 symbol. And as we move up that ladder, there's more happiness, there's more love, more people are smiling, and more dollar signs move up. Your purpose as a non-jobber is to move up this ladder with the people you're constantly making happy. You're serving with the thing that is your passion, right? And as you develop this ladder and as you bring more and more joy, happiness, pleasure, transformation into the lives of the people that you are serving, the dollar signs in your bank account will go up. And it will be the easiest thing that you do, meaning that the resistance is low. The people who you serve want to give you more money because they want what you have to offer, and the more you earn, the better you can serve. So as we've gotten past all of the emotional blocks associated with abundance in our first module, we can move full bore, full steam ahead into applying all of the principles and all of the strategies and techniques associated with making this a reality. So before I move on to the next module where I begin to go deeper into each one of these rungs, I just want to briefly touch on them here for you now briefly and then move on. So if you notice down at the bottom here, you've got a wonderful smiley face associated with $0. This is where many of you are going to start. Many of you are still here on this first rung. And if you've watched my old non-job videos, this is an update. In fact, if you read the book, this is an advanced version of what's in the book. So pay very close attention. This rung is really associated with putting yourself out there for free as a problem solver. That's really important. There has to be some problem, real or perceived, that you are solving for your public in order to bring joy and happiness into their lives and to establish yourself as an authority in your field. There is no non-job without some form of authority, meaning that you know what you're talking about, you're passionate about what you're talking about, and you can serve people with your knowledge and your wisdom, right? Dan Kennedy often says you only need to be a few steps ahead of your market, meaning you have to have something to give to them, but you don't have to be miles ahead. A lot of times we let that stump us from starting our non-job. I don't have my PhD yet. You don't need your PhD. You might need a bachelor's. You might need several workshops. You just need a little bit more than the people who you're serving have, right? That way you can pull them up with your wisdom and knowledge. Well, on this rung, this problem solve rung, you're establishing yourself as an authority. You're building your credibility. You're getting out there, and there are a myriad of ways to do that. Luckily, we have the internet in this day and age that allows it to be super simple and free for most of us. There was a time when you had to pay for billboard ads and mailing ads. Very expensive to send out mailers, and needing to get on primetime TV. These were all things that you need to do in order to establish yourself as an expert. Today, you can do by creating a YouTube channel or anything of the sort. Good. First one is about problem solving. You gotta be a problem solver. That's the best way for me to stand here. But I'm right-handed, so it's gonna be a little awkward. The next rung is, and I wrote these down, that's why I keep looking here so I don't forget, I tend to rant. Storytell. This is a bit of an upgrade from the first non-job video I created 5 years ago. Storytelling has become the main mode by which most personal branders and experts go about developing their relationships with their market through the internet. As I mentioned in the book, it's not good enough to be smart. It's not good enough to be a problem solver. You're not going to build the type of relationships that you're going to love, and they're going to love you, right? You're making them happy and you're earning money if you don't get out into the market and develop relationships with your people. This is a long-term approach. If you're a problem solver and you're not building relationships, then you're a transactional business. Nothing wrong with that if it fits with your character. If you are trying to build a personal brand or you're an actual expert, in anything, then you're going to want to move your people up to the next ladder. And I can promise you this, that there's no business that doesn't lend itself to this. We can use this model for absolutely every single business. We got to be a little bit creative, and the storytelling will have to be a little bit creative. Like, for example, Tesla, the company owned by Elon Musk, he doesn't do too much of this in social media. I follow him on Instagram and whatnot, but he gives speeches, he's written a book, he's very well known within his market, and people love him, right? So he's got more smilers up here because he's storytelling. He's even rewriting the stories of humanity by helping us use the technology that brings sun power into our house. So, he's kind of a maverick in that way. I like to think of myself as a maverick in many ways also. But once again, it has everything to do with storytelling, your truth, connections, right? So you not only have to be a problem solver, my friends, you've got to be a storyteller. The next one, right? And so here's the thing with the dollar signs next to the storytelling. You can earn a little bit money being a storyteller or a connector. I think of other YouTubers in my market in fitness, right? I don't consider myself a YouTuber because YouTubers, you generally stay right about here. Some of them kind of put a toe or a foot on this rung here by selling t-shirts and shit. But most of them just kind of end up here where they're storytelling and they earn ad revenue from YouTube, or they do affiliate promos, or they do things where they're generally earning money as a byproduct of being friendly and creating media. This is okay. This is cool. This is a step up. This is where a lot of people get stuck also. I watch people with, 550,000 Instagram followers, and they've got a promo code for 15% off for some bullshit supplement, right? You can stay there and that's okay, or we can move up to the next ladder. So now that you're an expert, and now that you've got a deep connection through storytelling, a values connection with your people, right? Very important. We begin offering products, but information products, right? You can sell t-shirts, right? It's really kind of in between here. You can sell shaker bottles and shit like that. Or as an expert, as an authority, you can give people advanced solutions, more complete solutions to their problems. Down here, when you're problem solving, you're spreading it out for everyone. But when you get up here, you get a bit more specific, right? Down here is Elliott Hulse's strength camp. I'm talking about all kinds of shit. Up here is where I sell lean hybrid muscle. You see? Up here is where King, the book, is being sold. So books make sense here. Ebooks, audiobooks, audio programs, things of this nature, which don't require too much energy from you, meaning you're just giving people more of what you've already been doing in a very easy format to develop and share. So for example, an ebook bypasses all necessity for traditional publishing, which can take a year to freaking do. I don't do traditional publishing for anything because I don't have that type of patience. I publish everything myself. And the fact that ebooks are a thing is wonderful for all of us because we can just type out, create a PDF, and share our advanced solution, our lean hybrid muscle solution, our King solution, our non-job revolution solution at this letter. So here, you're really making offers. This is really where you start getting into business, right? I'm gonna put a little star here because now you're actually in business. Before this, it's sort of a hobby that gives you a little bit of money. If that's okay with you, well then that's fine. But you're here, so I think you want more. So this is really where you start your business. Your non-job doesn't really start down here. This is where you pave the road. This is where you nurture the soil. This is where the seedlings start popping up, right? You start earning enough to pay your bills. That's usually the first place for most of us. Start earning enough to pay your bills or to enhance your lifestyle. If you have a job right now, right? Maybe your bills are paid, but you want to transition into non-jobhood. And so every weekend you spend some time creating this offer. Every time you get up early in the morning, you start creating this offer. Everything that you need to know with regard to creating an offer will be discussed in the subsequent videos in this module. Let me move on so I can stay on track here. Number 4, complete solution. So this is really your advanced offer. Your advanced offer will look very much like this video course, this non-job mastery course. It's all about taking what I've already read, so I'm the customer, I'm that individual looking for more smiles. I've already read the book. I like the book, I started practicing some of the things, but I want to hear and see and feel what it is that you're talking about. I want more. I want to get deeper understanding of how to build a non-job. I want to hear the experts speak about building a non-job. I want a visual depiction. You see, so I'm putting a little bit more effort into this, right? As the non-jobber in this case, right? I'm over here, right? You guys paid me for this. So I'm putting a little bit more effort into this, a lot more effort into this. It's Saturday morning. My daughter has 4 friends sleeping over, and they're, teenage girls. They're making a lot of noise. My wife's cleaning the house. I mean, I'm giving something up. I'm giving up family time. I'm giving up my expertise. I'm sharing my life force that much more. So the dollar signs go up. I ask for a bit more, right? This requires more from me. There's more value here. What I'm sharing with you in these videos has taken me longer to learn, has really embedded itself into my consciousness because I do this, I'm truly an expert in this, and I can help you. So that's why I'm making these videos, this video course, and you'll see my partners as well sharing their area of expertise in this non-job mastery course. Thus, more dollar signs, but thus, as a advanced offer subscriber, you are definitely happier than those guys who just bought the ebook. I can tell you that, right? A lot of people read the book, get the book, they don't even read it. Or they read it, or they sit down with a cup of coffee, and then they put it away. You are engaged. You're watching this thing, you're hearing this thing. So you're happy, and I'm happy too, because you pay me a bit more for that. Like buy more pizza for my kids when they have sleepovers. I don't love buying pizza for my kids. Gluten and dairy. Anyway, so we're gonna move up to the top of the non-job ladder. In this case, but there's a bit more, and I'm gonna go, there's one more rung that we're not even gonna discuss here. I may go deeper with the very top rung. We're gonna talk about this rung, but there's one above this that we'll talk about in a moment. But let's get back on track. This one here, we're talking about live experiences. Experience. So, live experiences. Live experiences are like the non-job summits that we've done, the non-job workshops that I've done, anything where you're going to meet me, you're going to be with me, you're going to be the expert if it's you, and people are going to come to you. Maybe you put on an event somewhere. If you're a trainer, you could do it at your gym. I used to do strength camp clinics. We still do these strength camp clinics at Strength Camp Gym. This is where people who have read the book, this is where people who have seen the videos, who have bought the ebook, who have done the video course, want to get more. So, you know, maybe there's, moving up here, they want to get more. They want to get the actual visceral, let me slow down, visceral experience. They want to feel it. They want to go there. They want to lift the thing instead of talking about lifting the thing. They want to build the thing instead of talking about building the thing, right? So there is more value there. You come to an experience that is far different than watching a video. I don't have to go into the myriad benefits of being in the presence of the action as it's happening with the expert as opposed to watching a video. So of course, increased smiley faces, more value for our customers and our tribe. And of course, higher dollar investment, right? This, you don't always make your most on these events because people have to, you know, you got to take into consideration they got to travel and stuff like that. More than anything, this is very fun. I love doing these. You'll love doing these if you're an expert and you want to share the things that you talk about. But also, beyond this and what I was going to talk about before, are a myriad of different options, including one-on-one time. This is sort of a flip upside down for many people who share their one-on-one time for money right now. And I totally know what it's about because I've done that. I still do that, but I'm much more strategic about it because it's not the front of my ladder. You know, most personal trainers or most massage therapists or most lawyers or whatever it is, they start with their service first. When you start with your service first, when you start with your one-on-one first, there is low perceived value because you're not an expert. You're an offer maker and you're trying to get people to take your offer and you haven't built any value down here. You haven't shown yourself as a diligent expert by building products, advanced offers. You see what I'm saying? So it is of your best interest to begin to develop a strategy to spend less one-on-one time with your customers, your clients, your fans, whatever it is that you call them in your business, the people that you serve, and spend more time providing intellectual information, intellectual property, support via social media, writing, video courses. And that way, by the time they get to you as a one-on-one client, a number of beautiful things have unfolded. Number one, they get you. They've seen your videos, they've read your books, they've taken the advanced course. When they show up, they're your best client because they've already been educated and you have to spend your time teaching them all the shit that you teach to newbies, right? You know, I'm thinking in terms of fitness because that's my niche, but this is the case with everything. If I'm teaching copywriting, right? If I'm a copywriter and if that's my expertise and I write sales letters and websites, I don't want to see a newbie copywriter show up and I got to explain to him what a headline is. I would have liked you to have studied some of my free material, at least bought the book, maybe done some of the advanced stuff. But when you get to me, you already know what's up and we can go right to where we need to go to advance you in your non-job. They're your best clients. And beyond that, your time is your most valuable asset, so you don't get it back. In other words, I make this video, but it will be reproduced and watched by thousands of people. When I give someone 30 minutes, an hour of my time, it's literally, and for you too, it's literally a chunk of your life that you don't get back because you can't repurpose it unless you record it. You can't repurpose it. And with that in mind, with the mindset that you want to use every opportunity that you can to serve as many people as possible, but you created space for this one individual, for this one time, you ought to charge what you're worth. And that is completely up to you. It's up to your market, and it's totally up to how you've spent your time developing this ladder. If you spent your time developing this ladder, you'll be very happy to see people when you want to see them at the hourly rate that you want to see them at, or the consulting rate that you want to see them at. So that's it, my friends. That's your non-job ladder in a nutshell. And in the next video, we're going to talk a little bit more about problem solving. And then we're going to move up these ladders, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about each, giving you examples and ways that you could begin to get started in developing the rungs of your non-job ladder right away. Hey, if you've watched this video this long, that means you are ready to join the non-job revolution. And I want to give you an opportunity to get first dibs on my non-job revolution ebook and video course coming out later this week. All the information you need to know is in the link down below. Click it, sign up. I'll see you soon. Done.